What's up, guys? I'm back. Welcome to my Dreamcast for Survivor, Winners at War. This isn't a recast that was likely to happen, but this is what would be seen in an ideal season. So, I'm gonna go season by season and tell you who's on my cast. Season 1, Richard Hatch. Of course I put Richard Hatch on my cast. He's the first winner. He should have an automatic slot on anyone's cast. Richard laid down the strategy for how to win. He made the first successful alliance, and I, for one, would be excited to see how he would do. Next, we have Tina Weston from Season 2. She is also on my cast, but honestly, she's like number 10 for me. I don't need her on my cast, but she's influential, and a ton of people would be very happy to see her come back. Season 3, Ethan Zahn. Yet again, he is on my cast. Ethan is one of the most popular players ever, and you can't tell me you weren't happy to see him on Winners at War. For me, this is a no-brainer. Get him on the cast. Period. Season 4, Vesepia. Vesepia did not make my cast. It was between Tina and Vesepia for me, and I chose Tina. Vesepia played a great game, but this is my Dreamcast, and Vesepia just bored me too much for me to want her on the season. Do I want her back ever? Of course! This season is just too big and there wasn't enough room. Season 5, Brian Heidick. Never in a million years. Shooting a puppy is a very easy way to get on my hate list. So that's where Brian is. Season 6, Jenna Maraska. I was so close to casting Jenna, but I ultimately decided not to. She just doesn't fit with the rest of the winners on this cast. She had a good game, but it just won't be able to keep up with the rest of them, and that's not what I want to see. Season 7 produced Sandra Diaz Twine, a 2-time winner. Of course I'm casting Sandra. To be honest, her pace doesn't exactly fit with this season either, but there is no chance I'm not casting Sandra. I mean, she's the queen. Season 8, All-Stars, Amber Mariano, then Burkich. I honestly would have left Amber off the season if it weren't for Boston Rob. So, I had to keep her. It was a good decision in my opinion. Season 9, Chris Doherty. Chris had a crazy win, and as much as I want to put him on the season, I decided to leave him off and cast someone else with an underdog story that you will see later on. I was sad to leave Chris off, but to be honest, he wouldn't have been great during Winners at War. Season 10, Tom Westman. I really, really wanted to see Tom come back for Winners at War. He's one of my favorite winners ever, and I honestly think he would have killed it. So yes, I put Tom Westman on my cast. Season 11, Danny Boatwright. Danny is the first original cast member that I left off. This is my cast, and I just don't think I needed to see Danny come back. She never made me feel like I wanted her back, you know? I'm still impartial about Danny. So, I decided to leave her off. Season 12, Panama, Aris. Aris was someone who I desperately wanted to put on, but with such a large amount of guys, there wasn't a spot I could squeeze him in, and it killed me. Season 13. You gotta put Yule on. Literally the most brilliant person I have ever seen play Survivor. I legitimately think that Yule can win if he plays with my new cast. Season 14 brought us Earl Cole. Earl was someone I really wanted to see brought in for Winners at War, but I decided against it. I decided against it because Earl won for his sociability. However, so did Ethan. So, I didn't want two old schoolers fitting into the same archetype. That's a recipe for disaster. Season 15, Todd Herzog. Todd used his brilliant strategy to win the season. The problem is, my ideal season doesn't have a million game bots running around. So, with Yule and some others coming up, there wasn't any room for Todd to fit. In Season 16, Parvati won. Anyone who doesn't cast Parvati in Winners at War is crazy. She is potentially the greatest player ever. Of course she makes the cut. Season 17 gave us Bob Crowley. Really, the only reason I would cast Bob would be because of his fake idol. That's it, really. He kind of bored me, so he's not on my season. Season 18, JT. I didn't cast JT, for the same reason I didn't cast Earl. I didn't want too many old schoolers with the same archetype playing together. If it came down to Ethan, Earl, and JT, I was gonna choose Ethan. Season 19, Natalie White. Natalie doesn't have anything to play for. She would just be boring, so I didn't cast her. Season 20, we already casted Sandra. Season 21, no chance. I love Fabio, but I'm not casting him. If I were going to do my favorite winners in a season, oh yeah, Fabio's on there. But not this time. Season 22, Boston Rob Mariano. If you do all winners without Boston Rob, you are crazy. So, I casted him. Of course. I don't think there's really an explanation needed. Season 23, we saw Sophie Clark win. I want Sophie in my cast for sure. One of the most strategic women ever to play. I need her for this season. Season 24. Kim. Of course Kim is in the cast. I can't think of a single reason why she wouldn't be in the cast. Season 25. I also casted Denise. Denise is a fun character. I'd be more than happy to see her on my screen again. Season 26. Cochran. I am not Jeff Probst, so I didn't see the need to cast Cochran. He would be entertaining, and I even had him on my cast at one point, but I decided to replace him later. Season 27, Tyson. Tyson is an experienced veteran, so in a cast full of one-and-done winners, I want to see Tyson compete with them. Season 28, Tony is who I will replace Cochran with. I did this because Tony is more entertaining, and I think he would just do better. Natalie Anderson is the representative of Season 29, and I casted her too. I'm going to go over Sarah Lucina from Season 34 at the same time as I do Natalie. These two fit into the same archetype of being badass women who will stop at nothing to win. Don't get in the way, or you're gone. I heavily considered taking one of them over the other, but I couldn't do it, so I put them both on my cast. Season 30, Mike Holloway. I respect winning your way to the end, but not in an all-winner season. No one's going to do that, and we all know it. So I didn't see a place for Mike Holloway. Jeremy Collins. Of course I'm going to cast Jeremy. His meat shield strategy is unparalleled, and he is one badass winner. Michelle from 32, I also put on my cast. She has everything to prove after her first win, and I think she'll do a great job. Season 33, Adam Klein. Remember when I said I didn't cast Chris because of another underdog? Here he is. Adam is a total underdog, and I can relate to that. I would be rooting for him so hard. So yes, he is on my cast. Season 34, we already went over. Season 35, Ben. I didn't cast Ben for the same reason I didn't cast Mike. I don't need people trying to win their way to the end. Season 36 and Season 37, I'm going to do it at the same time. I wanted a modern representation of Survivor on this season, and I knew that was either going to be Nick or Wendell. This was such a tough decision, and I'm still not sure I made the right one. I went with Nick. I think he's a better representation of the game. That was our last spot. But I'm quickly going to run through Chris and Tommy from Season 38 and 39. Chris I considered briefly because Winners at War uses the edge, but I wanted him to prove himself as a good player who doesn't get voted out first. Tommy. Tommy just isn't a big enough character for me to cast, so I didn't. Before I wrap up, I decided to throw the season into a Brant steal. And by the way, in my season, there is no edge of extinction. It's stupid.